And I didn't jump into that because
Right.
you seemed to feel a little uncomfortable with it, so I didn't want to.
I think, discussing that's a little less family oriented and maybe a little more,
women on
But we
women
could do
oriented.
women's health, and I can mention as part of screening. Because we did, we talked about men, whether we need, digital rectal exam or labs. Right. And I think, women still need lab work and stuff like that.
Well,
so,
I think that biologically speaking, I think we're fine. And,
honestly, I just don't want to make too big a deal of it.
Well, but I think a big question is, though, too, is let's say your 15-year-old becomes sexually active.
Yeah.
I mean, do we need to go get a? I mean, that is family medicine.
Yes, definitely, and that's
because
reality
moms
medicine.
Moms don't know what to do. And
That's
maybe,
right.
and maybe that's what we call it next week when we're in the middle of women's health again.
Yeah.
We talk reality medicine.
Yeah. I think that'd be a great topic.
I mean, I think that we need to get into that hardcore.
Because nobody wants to think about it.
Yeah.
And,
right.
But it's reality.
And here's the truth of it. I mean, the truth of it is that you've got young men who are extremely testosterone driven.
Yes.
Who want to be very sexually active without the emotional stability to go with that.
Very definitely.
You've got girls, depending on how their fathers have raised them, if they've been in them, because there's a ton of psychology, and I know all this because of what I do in court.
Absolutely.
And so girls don't commit crimes
right
to get in trouble. They do it because they're looking for attention, and then hopefully that judge or that police officer is a male, and then they want to please the judge by doing what the judge has asked them to do, and then come back and get that reaffirmation because they didn't get it from their dad.
Exactly.
And I mean, there's studies
I know you
on
see
that.
it over and over.
Yeah. And so when a girl gets into a relationship with a boy, they're 15, 14, 16 years old, highly emotionally unstable, looking for, please love me, I'm looking for male attention.
Yeah.
It turns into, we're just doing that normal teenage, watch a movie, make out on the couch, and all of a sudden we're having sex, and we didn't intend for this to happen, and it's happened, and I mean...
Then you got to deal with the potential...
Yeah, like it or lump it. I mean, what do we do with that next?
Yeah.
What is a parent... Because that's an uncomfortable topic for a parent.
Oh, yeah. No parent wants to believe their child's going to...
Their child's an angel.
Exactly.
Well,
it's all those other kids.
Yeah.
It's not so much that, it's also the fact that you have to admit to it then at that point.
Right.
Even beyond my kid's an angel, I have to admit that there could be a possibility we're pregnant.
Yeah.
There could be a possibility that, our daughter has a venereal disease or... I mean, that's a really serious family...
Oh, definitely.
And then you have to face everyone at school, at work, at church.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And even the reality that maybe you haven't been the perfect parent that you decided you were going to be. Or you were and the child decides you're not because there's a bias there too, so it happens. That'd be a very valuable.
So I think that, because I had a scenario, and I can't disclose with whom, but
sure,
somebody I know who's, were talking to me about their daughter, and I told them, I said, you're letting her go home after school, and she's got this little boy across the street. I said, you better watch it. I said, you need to have her go to your mom's house and not go there, because she kept asking if she could go over to this boy's house. Well, sure enough, she misses her period.
Is that right?
Yeah. And the mom comes to me and says, I think she's pregnant. What do I do? And I'm like, well, this is a no-brainer. I don't know what you mean, what do I do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a clue what
she's
you're talking
about. She's going to have
about.
a baby. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And
exactly.
so, she fell off a horse and hurt her back and hurt her shoulder real bad and broke her arm.
Hold on.
Real bad.
Yeah.
And
stand by. We have Dennis.
They found out she's not pregnant.
Is that right?
No, didn't lose it. She wasn't pregnant.
She wasn't pregnant?
Yeah. You can skip the period.
The emotional stuff that goes with.
Yeah.
You add that pressure to yourself. Yeah. I think it's valuable.
I gotta go, but that'd be good next Monday. Very good. Have a great week of it.
Well, good morning, folks, and welcome back to JP and Dr. B. And I'll tell you what, we have been discussing the controversy of women's health screenings. And I can tell you there are a lot of women out there, including my wife, that absolutely dreads going to that machine. In fact, I think they could make a horror movie out of that machine where you could have one that you give it teeth and eyes and breathing smoke out of its nose. And because that's what the description I get from women is that they just absolutely dread having to go get their mammogram. It's a requirement. They they feel like they need to do it, but not fun.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm going to have problems with it when I turn 40. I still have 19 years to go. But I think that it's a good thing. I'll actually look forward to going to make sure that I'm clear and I don't have to worry about cancer.
Well, and to not sound trite, because I don't want to sound that way, but from what I understand, when you place your breast into that machine and that thing squeezes down, and they're like, and you're like, ow, that hurts pretty good, and they're like, well, I'm sorry, we're not even halfway there yet. And so I don't know how much you're going to be looking forward to it. Hopefully they'll have a better way to diagnose that.
Hopefully. You have 19
But
years.
yeah, you have 19 years. Yeah, come on, doctors, get busy. Figure out something else. I'll tell you what. And as we found out, the accuracy of it. It may or may not be very accurate. My wife herself, we were told that she had breast cancer. We had to go to a specialist. Thankfully, she did not, and the test was wrong. But, you know, it's a very scary moment regardless for women and their families.
Yeah.
You know, because I took a day off from work, went with her to the specialist. I'm in there freaking out and panicking, and you know, that was the second time that it had been misdiagnosed on my wife. It had been misdiagnosed a time before at Presbyterian Hospital, and we had to go to a specialist to find. And the doctor at the hospital told us, "You for sure have breast cancer."
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm in the chapel praying.
Right.
You know, I'm calling friends in to come pray with me. I mean, it was something else. It was something else. Well, folks, we have something else that is going on, and it is pretty darn unbelievable. But on point, your on point investigative team got on this. From a tip from Danielle and from our hidden source. And I'll tell you what, we dove into a hornet's nest last week.
Yeah,
we found out that a association named Landmark Apartments, which is Landmark West, North, South, and East out in Garland, and Belfour Construction and First Response Security had stopped residents from coming in after the tornadoes and prevent them from getting their personal belongings, including their pets. Folks, they would not let these people come in and get their live pets, claiming that the city had condemned the site and deemed it unsafe and would not allow people to go in. Well, On Point took that on. We investigated it, gave Belfour, First Response, and Landmark the opportunity to come on our show and talk about this, extended the invitation again today, which they have not called in. Shrevius, we have no calls from any of those three parties, correct? Oh, you're about to get even more fired up.
Hearing the word Belfour gets my mind just steaming. I'm just so frustrated at this story.
Well, this gets better. I mean, and better not as in good. I just cannot believe this. We get out there, and our attorney, Justin Nichols, with the Nichols Law Firm,
He's awesome.
Leads the charge. If you look on our Facebook page at John Edward Payton and JP and Dr. B's Facebook page, did you post this on Twitter as well?
On Twitter, my
okay,
Facebook,
at JP and Dr. B on Twitter, you're going to see a video where Justin brings all the tenants together and they march down into the office where all of a sudden Belfour and Landmark wanted to have a meeting, which was not scheduled. They were scheduling demolition, not scheduling a meeting with the tenants, whom we might add had a legal lease and a legal right to that property. He goes into the office with the tenants. They try to force us not to be able to go in. They kicked out the WFAA cameraman that had gone in to
They tried to kick out all
shoot
media.
video.
I had to take off my media pass because they were saying all media leave, and I was like, oh no. So I took my media pass off and I hid it in my purse.
Well,
so I'm not leaving this meeting.
But as soon as they did that, all the tenants broke out their cell phones and started recording anyways. I like that too. You can't hide.
It was
It was something. So Justin leads the charge. The Landmark representative tries to attack our attorney back. Our attorney puts her in her legal place, and guess what? The gate's open, brother.
Oh yes.
The gate's open.
Get your keys.
That's right. Social justice was done. Social justice was done, and we want to thank our attorney, Justin Nichols, for, he didn't even charge him. He's representing him pro bono, and if I'm not mistaken, we're trying to reach him. He had to fly back to San Antonio to cover his practice, and but I think he's already filed a petition because of the social injustice that went on out in Garland at I-30 and Zion with Landmark. And I mean, it's been unbelievable. And then they're trying to price gouge these folks. In fact, I think we've got Dennis on the air. Dennis, are you with us? Well, Dennis, good morning. And let's talk price gouging for a minute. They offered you the exact same apartment that you currently are under a lease with and tried to charge you more.
All right.
Wow. Well, and right.
What?
Wow, which is more than what you're paying under your current lease, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, price gouging, it's ridiculous. Now, Dennis, you were there when Justin led you guys into the office, is that right? All right, in a 30-second cap, how did you feel when you had an attorney in there and you guys were going to battle? Yeah. Well, Dennis, we have 1 minute left. You know, your gun's missing. You still haven't found it, correct? And your
PlayStation.
PS3, have you figured out where your PS3 is yet? Well, Dennis, hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. This segment's brought to you by Luke James Cattle Company. We don't just sell show cattle. You become a member of our family, personalized service at competitions and advice on cattle maintenance. Price for everyone's budget. Luke James Cattle Company at lukejamescattleco.com. Join our family. Again, that's lukejamescattleco.com. We'll be right back with Dennis and the continual saga that's going out at I-30, George Bush, and Zion at Landmark West, and just the unbelievable treatment of these folks and the looting that has got on. We are 620 AM KEXP. Justin, that dipshit.
You're on YouTube. What?
Oh, good. Danielle's come on? Good. Let's put them on at the same time. Yes. No, they did not. We were at break.
Oh, that would have been great. Actually, it would have sucked.
Yeah, it would have. Hey, post on there that, you know, more, join us right now and hear about more of the travesties by Landmark, Belfour, and First Response.